As I threw the last of the powder on his butthole, it happens. The dude farts. Like in my face, and everything was in slow motion. The fart flew in the air. I mean, he was lucky that he was unconscious. Like, this was the most disrespectful thing you could possibly do to another man. If you enjoy watching these horrible stories, please subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell at the bottom, as that's the only way I can continue this. And without further ado, let's get right to it. So being in the hospital, over time, you become this person that everyone goes to for questions. And you know, they start to get pretty out of control. Like, Paul, can I get a blood pressure around this guy's neck? Or, Paul, can I check a blood sugar by using their saliva? Maybe as a human being, this might be a it was really starting to get out of hand. So out of hand, in fact, that they placed me as an orienter. Now, I'm not bad at my job, but orienting? Okay. I mean, I wasn't too happy about this. But as my homie Daniel was the one that I was orienting, it was cool. Daniel was transferring from another floor and was starting night shift with me. Daniel was a buddy I worked with for a pretty long time throughout my hospital career, and one of my best friends. We also would work on music, put out a couple of albums, and did shows around Texas. So he was one of my closest amigos. So I didn't really complain about having him with me, and he didn't really need to be trained at anything. The day was going pretty well until I get an order to place a BARD bag on a patient. Now, for those who don't know what a BARD bag is, it's literally a bag we glue to a patient's butthole so that they can poop in this bag instead of all over the bed. And now the process is a bit harsh, and I'm sure they don't do this anymore due to the fact that the glue used for it is pretty heavy duty. I mean, it would take off skin. So this is what we decided the patient needed. Daniel and I both go in the room and roll the patient over so the patient's butt is exposed. Now the process isn't really hard. I mean, you get some soap and scrub around the butthole and wash it, then you have this glue. Now the process goes glue, then powder, then glue one more time and attach. Now as soon as I threw the last of the powder on his butthole, it happens. The dude farts. Like in my face, and everything was in slow motion. The fart flew in the air. I mean, he was lucky that he was unconscious. Like, this was the most disrespectful thing you could possibly do to another man. I mean, like, they were sleeping with another man's wife, giving a man advice on how to fix his car, cussing him out online gaming. You know, in the 1800s, they would slap them in the face and challenge them to a duel. In the 1900s, they would flick them off, and in the new millennium, they'd send angry texts. You know, it was slowly decompressing to a less lethal form of anger, you know? I don't know. But I couldn't really be mad at him because he was unconscious, and it wasn't really, he wasn't really with it when he physically released the fart. So it was hard to really be mad at him. I was more mad at the fart. But if it was on purpose, it would have been a different story. Like, if it was, this had to be, you know, the most disrespectful thing a man could do to another man. I mean, this dude here just let it go in my face. And it wasn't even like something I could walk out of the room and be like, all good here. You know, like right after I put the powder on his butthole, he just let it rip. So this white powder just blows along with this fart and covers my face. Like, I don't know what is worse, the fact that this dude did it during me orienting, or the fact that, like, this powder was proof of the fart's existence. Like, you could see the fart. So I walk out of the room looking like Scarface, but instead of drugs on my face, I had fart. I had fart on my face. I was literally fart face. Like, they called you that in school. That's what I was. Daniel was really trying not to let his emotions go and was holding in his laugh. Now, as I approached the sink, I decided I have been disrespected to the extreme. I did what I felt was the most manly thing to do after washing human feces off of my face. And I punched some things and did some shadow boxing, you know? Gotta keep them testosterone strong, you know what I'm saying? I must have done like 100 push-ups, and after I was done, I avoided eye contact with every other employee for the rest of the day. I mean, what would you do? This is real life, son. Watch your back out there. The hospital don't play. People farting powder in your face. They ain't playing. It's like Battle of the Farts. It's battle farts. Keep your face away from buttholes. You've been warned.